Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm going to be showing you the walkthrough of the digital platform. So we're going to start with the login. Before doing so, of course, I already have an account created, but the first step will be to do so. Just fill out some basic information and then accept terms and conditions, privacy policy, and then continue, right? So I'm going to use my account. We can now just enter our credentials and sign in. Okay, so the next page is the OTP page. This means that we just got an email from Digital with the code that we need to enter here to validate our account. So I'm going to go to my email and I'm going to just check the latest email that I've got. So you can see here, I just got it. So it's just gonna tell me the OTP code. It means that I need to put it there, 162591. Okay, 5591. Okay, verified OTP. So now it's gonna get us to the main page, right? So in here, as you can see, we're gonna see the list of documents that we created. Documents are contracts. As you can see, we have several types. You're gonna see this in a sec when we create a document and the options that we have there. But here you can see the name, start date, and the end date. And if you added some tags, also you can see them from here, and the status of the contract. That one is really important for you to check how the process is going, right? You can also search for information right here, real quick if you want to. Let's call it January, and you're gonna see the information updated. Now we're gonna create a document. So we're gonna start by selecting the type of document. So we have different types because depending on the type of document, we have different templates for it. You're gonna see how it looks like after we select one. So we click on next. And this section is very important if you have a really big company, right? Or a company with different locations. For example, maybe in different countries. And this is important to separate them because depending on the country or the office in this case, the templates may change, right? So for example, if it's in a Spanish speaking country, the legal information and the rules are going to be different than a different country. So for example, let's say I'm going to use digital testing, and the next section is the template, right? So as I mentioned before, depending on the type of document, it's going to preload different types of templates. We're constantly updating this information, adding more templates depending on the documents that are required. So I'm going to select the first one so we can see the process. And I'm going to name it demo, and I'm going to call it 123. We're going to select a start date. Let's say it starts tomorrow and finishes on the 28th. It's asking me if I want to renovate the contract, if I wanted to start over by itself. Let's just say no for now. Create document. Okay, so it's telling me that it's already created successfully. So as you can see, that document demo 123 is the first row of this table, and it's telling me that the state is creation, right? So we're gonna click on it to open it, and as you can see here, we have all the details and all the word key information. So the first thing that you can see here, and that is really important, is the life cycle of the document. This is really informative for you to know what's happening with the contract. So if it's in creation, it means that you can update, edit, modify, delete information as you wish. For example, here we have clauses, and as you can see, there's a lot of them, but because we have already selected a template, so they're preloaded with the template. Of course, you can delete them or update them depending on what you need, right? And you can also see here the parts of the document or the parties that are involved in the contract. So the first section is my information, And the second section is the other party information. So for me to continue or to click here on next, I'm gonna need to do something, which is to fill out the email address. This is really important to do so before continuing. Of course, you will need to, fill out all the information that is required. But this one specifically, it's required for me to continue, like mandatory, because the person the other party of the contract is going to receive an email to sign the contract. So if we don't put the email, it's not going to receive that email. Therefore, the contract may not change its life cycle, right? So I'm going to put this one that I have here for testing purposes, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so right now, if I click on next, it's going to tell me that the document is updated. And what happened right now are two things. The first one is that I can no longer modify the information. Okay. If I wanted to add some documents to the contract, I could have done that in the creation mode, but we didn't. So if I have, you can see them listed here for you to check them out. Okay. And the second thing is that it sent two emails, one to each party of the contract. So I'm going to start with myself. Alright, so you can see here, let me see. Let's just give it a sec so you can show me my. Okay. Let's just reload this page 1 sec. In the meantime, let's go to the other party document so you can see how it looks like when I sign it. Okay, so as you can see, it just sent us an email telling them that there's a document that it needs its signature to continue. So I'm gonna click on it. The next thing you're gonna see here is a overview of the document, basically how it's gonna look like when it's signed, right? You cannot modify it anymore, but that's for you to look at it and read it and accept it, because I'm the person that's gonna sign the contract, right? So if we go back now to the end of this, it's gonna ask me to select a wallet. For these demo purposes, I'm gonna select Phantom, which is in Solana wallet, and I'm just gonna sign it, right? So it's gonna ask me, the wallet opens a prompt that asks me, hey, do you have a signature request from this page, documents attached with digital? And it's gonna tell you also what's the name of the contract, right? So it's asking you if you can. So approve, I'm gonna say approve. And right now it's gonna load, and it's gonna download the document with the signature that I just approved. If we go to the document, you're gonna be able to see here the signature at the end, the contractor, right? Okay, so if we follow the process, going to Outlook right here, I should have an email from Digital with the same information, this one. Just give it a sec. Right here we have it, and it says the same information. You have a document to sign, right? I'm gonna go to sign it, and we're gonna do the same process basically. So in this case, it's gonna open the same wallet that I already. We cannot, give me a sec. Okay, now it's gonna show us the same information, and it's gonna open the same wallet because I'm opening the same browser to do the process. But if I were the other party of the contract, of course I will use another computer, another IP address, another wallet. Therefore, it's gonna be different. In this case, it's gonna just do the prompt with the same information. So as you can see, it's opening the Phantom wallet because it's the same site, and it's asking me to sign it. I'm gonna approve it, as the other party, and it's going to do the same. Download the document with the both signatures that are ready. Before no, let's just wait for this to load and we can see the home page, how the statuses are changing. So right now it's in signature because it hadn't, at the time I opened this one, the signature was loading, but right now it finished. So the status of the document is going to change. I'm going to show you in a sec, but first I want to show you how it looks like signed, right? It's perfect. Okay, so continuing, I'm going to just reload this page so you can see the changes they can affect. Okay, so right now it says waiting to start. What it means is that the start date of the contract is higher than today, right? So it starts on January 21st, today is 30th, so it's waiting for it to start, right? I'm sorry, I just opened a different one. But that's what it means. If we open it up, it just says waiting to start. If I would have selected a different date, depending on the date, for example, a date that is before today, we would have seen it in execution, right? And after the dates pass, or on February 28th, the end date, you can see it in this date, right? Which is basically finished. And this is the whole process. Let us know if you want to see some more information or any questions that you may have. Thank you.